Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today, guys, I'm going to do some brief technical analysis on sand. Now, as I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, then you are missing out. Fantastic community, talking crypto 24/7. We do a lot down in Discord in terms of additional technical analysis, but if you're also a Patreon member, you'll know everything about sand because we actually got hold of this trade beforehand, and fantastic move upwards. We exited out and we got a nice tidy profit on that. So if you're into active trading and all that kind of stuff, or looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, check out the Patreon services, because yeah, we do an awful lot down there for Patreon. And if you're just looking for a little bit more, then why not jump down into Discord? Completely free to join. Links in the description down below. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Right, let's dive right down into sand here. So this is sand paired up with the USDT. We're on an hourly chart. Binance is the data source, so if you wanted to replicate this chart, you can. Basically, we saw this corrective pattern come down, right? And we were looking out for a couple of things. We're looking for this deeper corrective move, right? About 255, up to the higher range of about 267. Then we actually started to review what was going on with the momentum behind the price, and we saw a huge breakout, right? Or potential for a huge breakout. So what we did is we jumped into the market down here. Fantastic kind of swing trade for a really good high net return. Now, depending on your risk tolerance, I had this kind of scoped out at either a 5% move here, for example. We had the 10% move, which was about there, and then some people rode it much higher, and maybe took out that 20-odd%, which was fantastic, right? So good boost on people's portfolios with the sand trade. Now, obviously, after we saw the completion of this impulsive break to the upside, we can now, of course, acknowledge that there's an ABC correction, right? And this is where FOMO might start kicking in, so we have to control ourselves a little bit, because this is an ABC correction. 1-to-1 ratio is almost been hit here. We are, of course, in the oversold area on this hourly chart. So, we are thinking there's going to be a move up, but there is no guarantee that it's a big move. Okay, so this could just be a really small ABC, and that might not be, it might be 5%. It might be worth it if it is 5%, but it's too soon to really know exactly what that's going to look like. So from a trading perspective, we're not necessarily jumping in on this one just yet. The conditions aren't quite perfect, but we have had a pretty standard ABC move to the downside after an impulsive break with an oversold stochastic RSI on this hourly. That actually is a really attractive proposition for thinking we might have another impulsive break upwards. Let me just drop that down, get these in the right order. So we might have another impulsive break upwards, right? But, and there's a big caveat to this, our 4-hourly stochastic RSI hasn't fully corrected yet. So we're not in an oversold status for this. So a rally up is possible, and we've got plenty of momentum to do it. However, it's not the ideal conditions just yet. And when we take a look at the 8-hourly chart, we're actually not in the overbought area. We're just pulled back down. This is actually okay because we have rallied from this area before. It isn't overly difficult to kind of see. The daily stochastic RSI is just up in the overbought, plenty of room to grow. So it is looking pretty favorable from that perspective. And the weekly is actually right down in the ground. So overall, this is looking pretty good, but I want to see a little bit more of a corrective move here. I want to see us come down into that lower range a little bit, take out the $3.05, maybe jump in there and ride it out for a few percentage points as well. So I think there's some interesting stuff that is going to be happening here with sand, and I really want to do a brief technical analysis for you guys to get you an idea of what is going on, right? And when we take a look at this from a 4-hourly perspective, we can really get a good idea that of what's going on, right? We had this really good run just here. As you can see, it's still impulsive in its nature, and this is just a corrective move. Now, what we do is if we take this high point and we take the low point of this move, we can kind of acknowledge that we've retraced down to about the 702, the 236. Let me just do it the right way around so it makes it a little bit easy for you guys. If I do it that way, you can see the retracing down to the 382. And we haven't come down to 50%, and we haven't come down to the 618, right? So although this is actually a really good standard ABC correction, if this was to have an additional impulsive break, I would have expected this to be down here at the 618, okay? And that's because the 618 would be a deeper correction that you would normally see within a wave 2, okay? A wave 2 being down here. Here's wave 1. Wave 2 is really, really deep, right? So what we're looking for is, if we want that impulsive break, I would expect this to pull back down to about $2 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. But if that were the case, that almost triggers us into an impulsive move down, which we want to avoid. So we've got a little bit of caution with what is going on here, specifically on the 4-hourly and the 8-hourly charts, right? So we take a look at it from an 8-hour perspective. This could be an A wave, that could be a B wave, and we could continue to see that a little bit higher or run to the higher side. Now, what we want to do is we ideally want to see all of this as a wave 1, a wave 2. Let's say it does end there. This being a wave 3, which goes higher than expectations, and then we pull back for a 4, and we have a 5th wave going much, much higher as well. That's kind of what you want to see. We aren't there yet, though. It's far too early to know, but it is looking pretty good, right? If this does go impulsive to the upside, and we have a 4th wave correction on our 8-hourly or daily chart, then we're going to be in a really good spot to basically start tracking some really good moves up here for sand. And I think long term, sand has some serious potential. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump up into our weekly chart. And we're going to just acknowledge, what's been going on here, right? So we do have, a series of moves, right? This could be, let me just measure this one right in here, because I don't think it's necessarily an impulsive move. No, it's not. So it hit the 236, and it started to pull back down. ABC finding good levels of support down there at the moment on the weekly. So that's looking pretty good. And if we were to measure this one just in here, the problem with these is it's very, very early, so it's hard to give you a good representation. This could still be going, and if this one hits $29 and $29.93, that would be basically indicating to us that this is wave 1, 2, and this goes to 3. We pull back for 4 and we go up even higher, right? And inside here, you've got a potential to kind of count this out in a very similar way as well. So this could be a 4th wave correction within that final move up. So very early, it's much too soon to really know. You can, of course, just mark this up as ABC for now. And we could be looking for corrective action on the weekly. But the stochastic RSI, it isn't telling me that we're going to be slowing down for sand in any way, shape, or form. I think sand is going to be moving on up very, very nicely long term. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there, but if you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. Really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Go ahead, join us in Discord, fantastic community, talking crypto 24/7. Love to have you down there, and I'd love to have a conversation with you in our voice chats as well. Guys, with all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.